Gentlemen, what if I told you that the olive oil you have in your kitchen right now could become one of the most powerful natural tools for restoring blood flow and erections, but only if you add one ingredient that most men over 50 overlook? I'm talking about something so simple, so ordinary, that when I first tell it to my patients, they almost laugh. But here's what stops them in their tracks. The science is undeniable, and some men start feeling a difference in their circulation in as little as 24 to 48 hours. I'm Dr. Jocelyn, a board-certified urologist with over a decade of experience helping men regain their vitality, confidence, and strength. And today, I'm going to reveal exactly why olive oil alone isn't enough to restore the blood flow you need for firm and reliable erections, and the one simple addition that turns it into a circulation powerhouse. Before we continue, if you're serious about taking control of your health naturally, write "ready" in the comments below. Now let's talk about what's really happening inside your body. Let me ask you something that most men fear saying out loud. When was the last time you woke up and felt truly powerful as a man? I'm talking about that undeniable morning signal that used to arrive effortlessly, without thinking, without questioning. The signal that made you feel confident, capable, ready to face the world. For too many men over 50, that signal has faded, and it doesn't happen gradually. One day it's there, strong and reliable. And then one morning, without warning, it's just not. You look in the mirror, wondering where your strength went. You avoid intimacy because you fear the outcome. You see the disappointment in your partner's eyes and pretend it doesn't hurt. The nights become quieter, the distance grows, and slowly you start feeling smaller in your own life, as if you're fading from the role you once held with pride. But here's what no one tells you, and it's the truth that changes everything. The problem isn't your age, the problem isn't your testosterone levels, although they matter. The problem isn't a lack of desire, because I know you still feel it. The real problem is circulation. Your blood flow has slowed down. The highways inside your body have narrowed, the paths to your most vital areas have become blocked. And here's the hardest part to accept. You've been doing everything right. You switch to olive oil, you eat salads, follow the Mediterranean diet your doctor recommended. You walk, you try, and still nothing changes. That's because olive oil alone, no matter how healthy it is, can't unlock the one thing your body desperately needs to restore erections: nitric oxide. Without this signal, your arteries remain constricted, your blood flow stays weak, and your confidence keeps fading. But what if I told you the solution was never complicated? What if unlocking that blood flow required just one simple addition? Before I reveal what that missing ingredient is, you need to understand something fundamental that most men never learn. An erection isn't controlled by willpower. It's not about how much you want it or how hard you try. An erection is a vascular event, a hydraulic process that depends entirely on blood flow. The penis isn't a muscle you can flex. It's a chamber of delicate tissue and tiny arteries that must fill with blood under pressure to achieve firmness. And here's what makes this so critical. The arteries in your penis are the smallest in your entire body. They're even smaller than those that feed your heart. That means when blood flow starts to decline, the penis is the first place you notice it. Research published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that just a 5% reduction in arterial blood flow can cause up to a 50% loss in erectile firmness. A small change in circulation creates a massive change in function. Now, you've probably been told to eat healthy fats, use olive oil, follow a heart-healthy diet, and that's good advice. Olive oil is packed with monounsaturated fats and polyphenols that support vascular health, reduce inflammation, and protect arterial walls from damage. It's a cornerstone of longevity, but here's the issue. Olive oil alone can't trigger vasodilation, the process where your blood vessels relax and open wide to allow blood to flow. For that to happen, your body needs nitric oxide, the master molecule that signals your arterial walls to release tension and let blood flow freely. And olive oil, no matter how pure or expensive, doesn't stimulate nitric oxide production on its own. It's like having fuel in your tank but no spark to ignite the engine. You have the support, but you're missing the activation. So the question becomes, what flips that switch? What sends the signal that tells your arteries to open, your blood to flow, and your body to respond like it did years ago? Stay with me, Because what I'm about to reveal is backed by science, proven in clinical practice, and simpler than you ever imagined. The answer is vinegar. And I know what you're thinking. Vinegar? That's something so ordinary, so cheap, that it's in almost every kitchen in the world. Yes, and here's why it works. Inside vinegar is a compound called acetic acid. When acetic acid enters your bloodstream, it triggers a cascade of reactions that directly affect your ability to achieve and maintain erections. The first and most important is this. Acetic acid signals the endothelium, the inner lining of your arteries, to produce and release nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the key that unlocks everything. It relaxes the smooth muscle tissue in the arterial walls, allowing them to expand. When those vessels open up, blood flows forcefully, filling the erectile chambers and creating the firmness you need. It's the same pathway used by medications like Viagra, except this happens naturally from the inside out, without side effects or dependency. But vinegar doesn't stop there. It offers multiple benefits that work together to restore your vascular health. It reduces blood sugar spikes after meals, protecting the delicate tissues inside your arteries from the damage that hardens them over time. It lowers systemic inflammation, one of the silent killers of circulation. It helps your body burn visceral abdominal fat, the dangerous fat around your organs that actively suppresses testosterone production. And it restores balance to your gut microbiome, which controls inflammation throughout your system. When inflammation decreases, blood vessels relax. When vessels relax, circulation improves. And when circulation improves, men start feeling alive again. They tell me their hands and feet feel warmer, their energy rises, their mind clears. And then one morning, without forcing it, without even expecting it, the signal returns. But here's where it gets even more powerful. Vinegar alone is strong, but when you combine vinegar with olive oil, something extraordinary happens. The two ingredients create a synergy that neither can achieve on its own. Think of it this way. Vinegar is the activation switch. It sends the signal to your arteries to release nitric oxide and open wide. Olive oil is the fuel and protector. It carries healthy fats that improve the absorption of acetic acid. It provides antioxidants that protect the nitric oxide that's already being released from breaking down too quickly. And it stabilizes the whole system, keeping your endothelium healthy and responsive. Together, they turn a quiet spark into a circulation surge strong enough to awaken a system that's been dormant for too long. It's like turning two keys in the same lock. Alone, nothing moves. Together, the door swings wide open. I've seen this transformation happen in my practice more times than I can count. Men who thought their body had given up suddenly feel the warmth return, confidence rebuild, and the part of themselves they thought was gone forever comes back to life. So now you might be wondering, how does this really work at the cellular level? What's happening inside your body when these two ingredients meet? Let me explain the biology, because when you understand how this works, you'll realize how powerful it is. When you drink vinegar mixed with water before a meal, the acetic acid enters your digestive system and is quickly absorbed into your bloodstream. From there, it travels to the endothelium, the thin layer of cells that lines every artery and blood vessel in your body. The endothelium is the control center for circulation. When it's healthy, it produces nitric oxide through an enzyme called endothelial nitric oxide synthase, or eNOS. Acetic acid activates this enzyme, triggering a flood of nitric oxide molecules. Those molecules diffuse into the smooth muscle cells surrounding the arterial walls. When they bind to those cells, they cause the muscle to relax, a process called vasodilation. The arteries widen. The blood pressure inside those vessels drops slightly, and suddenly the blood that was moving sluggishly now surges forward. In the penis, this is critical. The erectile tissue is made up of two spongy chambers called the corpora cavernosa. When nitric oxide signals those chambers to relax and the arteries feeding them to open, blood rushes in and fills every available space. At the same time, the veins that normally drain the blood get compressed, trapping the blood inside. That's what creates firmness. That's what creates an erection. Now here's where olive oil amplifies everything. The healthy monounsaturated fats improve the absorption and utilization of acetic acid. The polyphenols, powerful antioxidants found in extra virgin olive oil, protect nitric oxide from being destroyed by free radicals before it can do its job. And the anti-inflammatory compounds keep the endothelium smooth, flexible, and responsive. Think of vinegar as the spark plug that ignites the process. Olive oil is the high-quality fuel that keeps the engine running smoothly and protects it from damage. Together, they create a natural, sustainable path to restored circulation, and the benefits extend beyond erections. Better blood flow means more oxygen and nutrients delivered to your brain, improving mental clarity, more circulation to your muscles, boosting physical endurance, better function in your heart, reducing cardiovascular risk. It's a whole-body transformation that starts with a simple combination. Okay, enough science. Let's get to what you really want to know. How do you actually use this? What's the exact method? Here's the truth most men never hear. This protocol works, but only if you do it right. I've seen men try it once or twice, give up, and walk away convinced it doesn't work. The problem wasn't the method. The problem was they didn't follow it with consistency and precision. So let me give you the exact protocol I give my patients, step by step. Step 1, the pre-meal vinegar water ritual. 10 to 15 minutes before your two largest meals of the day, typically lunch and dinner. Take a tall glass of water, about 8 to 12 ounces, and add 1 to 2 teaspoons of vinegar. The best types are apple cider vinegar with the mother or red wine vinegar. Both are rich in acetic acid and beneficial compounds. Drink this slowly over 5 to 10 minutes. Don't gulp it down. Let your body absorb it gradually. Why does this timing matter? Because it activates before your food arrives. When you eat, especially carbs, your blood sugar rises. Those spikes create inflammation that damages the endothelium, the same tissue you're trying to heal. By drinking vinegar before the meal, you blunt that spike. You give your arterial walls a chance to relax instead of tense up. You prevent the assault that silently destroys circulation in millions of men every day. Step 2, the daily combined salad. At least once a day, ideally with dinner, prepare a salad that combines vinegar and olive oil in the same meal. Start with 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Make sure it's cold-pressed and high quality. Add 1 to 2 teaspoons of vinegar. For your base, use greens like spinach, arugula, or mixed lettuces. Then add whole foods, tomatoes, cucumbers, red onions, peppers, avocado. These provide additional nutrients that support nitric oxide production and vascular health. Whisk the olive oil and vinegar together with a pinch of sea salt and fresh herbs like basil or oregano. Drizzle over your salad and eat it slowly. When these ingredients enter your bloodstream together, the olive oil acts as the carrier, protecting and amplifying, while the vinegar triggers and activates the circulation surge. Step 3, what to expect. Let me set realistic expectations, because this isn't a magic pill. It's a biological process that takes time. In the first week, you'll notice subtle changes that aren't sexual. You might wake up feeling lighter, your mind might feel clearer, your hands and feet may feel warmer, you might have more energy in the afternoon. These are signs that circulation is improving throughout your body. Between weeks 2 and 4, many men start noticing the return of morning erections. They feel more natural arousal. Firmness during intimacy improves. Confidence starts to rebuild. Your partner might notice the difference before you say a word. After 8 to 12 weeks of consistent daily practice, the improvements become significant and reliable. Your body has adapted, your vascular system has healed, and the strength you thought was gone has returned. But here's the key. This only works if you stay consistent. Daily practice, not occasional effort. Your body rewards discipline, not desperation. Now, before you rush to your kitchen, I need to give you critical warnings. If you ignore them, you could hurt yourself in painful and permanent ways. Never, under any circumstances, apply vinegar directly to your penis. I know it sounds obvious, but I've treated men in my office who came in with severe burns, blisters, and tissue damage because they thought rubbing vinegar on their skin would speed up results. It doesn't. It destroys. The penile tissue is incredibly delicate, more sensitive than the inside of your mouth. The acid in vinegar can cause chemical burns, inflammation, scarring, and long-term nerve damage. I've seen men in unbearable pain, full of regret, because they acted out of desperation instead of understanding. This solution works internally through your bloodstream. It rebuilds your circulation from the inside out. There are no shortcuts. If you're on blood thinners like warfarin or aspirin, talk to your doctor before starting. Vinegar has mild blood-thinning properties, and the combination could increase your risk. If you're on diabetes medication, monitor your blood sugar closely. Vinegar lowers blood sugar, and combining it with meds could make it drop too low. If you have acid reflux or stomach ulcers, start with a very small amount and watch how your body responds. And if you have severe cardiovascular disease or kidney issues, consult your doctor first. Don't use more than 2 teaspoons of vinegar at a time. More isn't better, it just upsets your stomach. Always dilute it. Don't expect overnight results. Give your body at least 4 weeks of consistent use before judging if it's working. And don't use cheap, low-quality olive oil. Refined versions have been stripped of the compounds that make this work. To maximize your results, combine this protocol with supportive habits. Walk for 30 minutes daily to boost circulation. Stay well hydrated. Sleep 7 to 9 hours every night. That's when testosterone is produced. Reduce alcohol and processed foods that damage your arteries. Consider adding pelvic floor exercises that strengthen the muscles that trap blood during erections. If you follow this protocol consistently for 12 weeks and see no improvement, that's a sign you need to see a urologist for a full evaluation. Sudden, severe erectile dysfunction can be a warning sign of cardiovascular disease or other serious conditions that require medical attention. But for most men, this simple combination is all they need to turn things around. One of my patients, a 67-year-old man, came into my office after years of frustration. He'd tried pills, supplements, expensive treatments, everything. Nothing worked. We started this exact protocol. 4 weeks later, he came back with tears in his eyes and said, "I woke up this morning and felt alive again for the first time in years. I didn't think this part of me still existed." That's the power of restoring blood flow naturally, and that's what's possible for you. Your body isn't done. Decline isn't inevitable. You have more control than you realize. This isn't just about physical function. It's about your confidence, your identity as a man, your intimate connection with your partner, your sense of vitality and purpose. You can close this video right now and go back to hoping things change on their own. Or you can take one small action today that starts the process of rebuilding what you thought was lost. Tonight, do this. Go to your kitchen, grab your apple cider vinegar and extra virgin olive oil. Before dinner, mix 1 to 2 teaspoons of vinegar in a glass of water and drink it slowly. With dinner, make a simple salad with 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of vinegar, and whatever fresh veggies you have. Do it again tomorrow and the next day. Track how you feel in a notebook. Rate your energy level from 1 to 10. Note your sleep quality. Notice if the morning signals return. Pay attention to your overall mood. If this information helped you, subscribe to this channel and share this video with a friend who needs to hear it. You might be giving another man his confidence back. You might be saving a marriage.